All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
What's up, Dr. Lacey?
What's up?
All right.
Is it
We're
nice
live, eh?
weather over there?
What's that?
Is it nice over there in Chicago?
Yeah, today it's awesome. We're going on a walk after this with the
Hmm.
dogs. The
It's
new
beautiful
puppy.
here.
The new puppy.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I almost sent Megan a thing the other day that said it was this lady walking in to buy a bunch of dogs. And she's like, I don't have good control when it comes to
Oh, yeah, Megan's the worst by far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those of you that are on right now, if you guys want to say hi, we have a special treat for you guys. Normally we do coffee with the doc on Sundays, but we actually just incorporated adding Dr. Jeff Steiba to our weekly talks. So now, even though today is Sunday, we're kickstarting it today, but moving forward on Wednesdays, Dr. Jeff and I are going to be doing some spotlights with ailments, viruses, bacteria, all that good stuff. So please let us know what you guys want to hear. We are super excited to start this off. What's
And
up,
we've
Jeff?
today's a little intimate with Dr. Lacey.
Yes.
So we're talking viruses today.
Oh boy. Yep.
Yeah. And I've had a little
Hello,
experience
Laura.
recently. Yeah.
Yes, I know viruses have been going crazy right now. We've seen it in our practice. I know you've seen it with your patients that you work with. RSV is going crazy in the pediatric population right now. So it's like super personal because everybody we know lately has been getting hit by like whether it's COVID or just like this ran down virus. And so we're going to talk all things virus, how to do it naturally supportive. Some people call us a little crazy because we don't tend to enter into the medical system, but I like to call us smart and healthy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a blessing to know what to have this knowledge, because you literally, unless it's like an extreme emergency, you just don't have to enter that facility.
Yep.
So
And everything we're going to talk about today, we have in the clinic. We'll get you guys access to buy online or whatever. And that's what I know you and I have always taught our patients is like, don't wait till you're in the middle of a crisis to find like X, Y, and Z supplement, herb, essential oil. Like you've got to have this stuff like on hand so that in a crisis, when you reach out to us and we're like, hey, these are what you need to get going. It's not like, oh, let me go run to the store. Oh, shoot, they're out. So again, we're going to be teaching over the next couple of weeks, like the things that you need to have in your medicine cabinet or what we call your health cabinet, so that you're ready to rock and roll anytime something hits your way. So
yeah, my dad used to my dad was an Eagle Scout, like growing up. I don't know if like kids still do that today, but I think
yeah, Boy Scouts, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so like he was an Eagle Scout, and one of the things that he always instilled upon us as kids is like preparedness.
Yep.
So it's not, you want to have everything prepared so that no matter what comes at you, like you're ready for it.
Agreed. Totally
So
agreed.
like that's one of the things that I love about our relationship too, is like every time we learn something new, like when I learned something new from you, immediately like I buy that thing or implement
Yep.
it. So like even if I'm not using it immediately, like I know, okay, Dr. Lacey said this, so when this happens, I have it and I don't have to worry about it.
Well, yeah, you guys were just out like a couple weeks ago, and I think our Amazon carts and all of our stuff, like we're crazy because we learned stuff from you. You guys learned stuff from us, and it's like, okay, now we're ready to go.
Now we're ready.
Which I love Tulsi, by the way, my new favorite. So yeah.
Oh, Tulsi, yeah, it's amazing, powerful, adaptogenic.
Yes, Seth. Health cabinet needs to be stocked up. We'll actually send some pictures in the group over the next couple weeks of like, obviously we're gonna have a lot more than most, but I think it's helpful to see like how you organize your supplements, how you organize your oils. Like I love how you've got your oil cabinet like on your back wall right there. I think it's helpful so that you don't ever feel overwhelmed. Like, where do I put everything? How do I do this? What do I do? You guys will learn we're really personable. So just ask, like we're here to help. That's our goal. That's what we do is try and help people get healthy and then make it as easy and simple as possible. So
yeah, cool. So today with viruses, I'm excited about, like I just get excited about viruses because like we get all kinds, like people ask all the time, like,
oh god,
what do I do for shingles? What do I do for COVID? What do I do for the flu? What do like herpes, whatever it is,
RSV, yes.
RSV. So and I'm going to speak like from the essential oil standpoint, but my favorite 4 oils, and then we'll kind of break them down each individually for viruses, is Melissa, clove, Arbor Vitae, and then Yarrow Palm. So, and all of them like on their own are really special, but when you combine them all together, like when Megan had COVID and then I had it like maybe like a week later, we hammered these oils and herbs like really strong and recovered very, very quickly. And I think again, it's because we were prepared to eventually have it. So we had everything on hand, obviously we have like all the oils, of course, but yeah. So so like Melissa, for example, like a lot of people don't know Melissa's like one of those oils.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's in Megan's purse because it's one of the top oils that like stops a panic attack or like really, really bad anxiety. When you're in the moment having those feelings, Melissa is so powerful at what crosses the blood-brain barrier, acts on the neurotransmitter receptors in the brain, and immediately calms you down, slows your breathing, slows your heart rate, stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system really, really well. And so for like people who are super anxious or anxiety, like that's like the number one oil.
Yep.
But for viruses, it's really powerful. It has a molecule called citral in it. And citral is it's one of the many molecules that's in Melissa oil, but citral is another one of those molecules that blocks the transcription of viruses. So anytime you're feeling like you're coming down with something or starting to experience symptoms of whatever it is, like it's always a good idea to just start using Melissa oil.
Yep. It's like such a powerful oil. I mean, and we always get, obviously you hear this too. It's like, it's not a cheap oil, but it's one of those oils that like at a certain point you need to have in your arsenal, because when something hits, like whether it's COVID, whether it's a severe virus, I mean, and Melissa oil, like you said, does a ton of stuff for like anxiety, stuff like that. You need to have it. So, and thankfully, actually, what's exciting is the price actually just went down too, which is awesome. I'm stoked about that. But it's definitely one that you want to have, and don't mess around when you need it.
No, another study they looked at, which is one of Megan's friends, my wife, her husband just got diagnosed with a GBM, glioblastoma multiforme, like brain cancer. And Melissa oil there's one study specifically that shows that the molecules in Melissa have shown to shrink GBMs.
Yeah.
So another and the reason why herbs and oils are oils specifically with the molecules, they're so small, they cross the blood-brain barrier. So anything neurologic brain that's involved with the brain or neurology, these oils are so powerful. And the next one is clove. Like clove, the primary molecule is eugenol. And this molecule, again, specifically has been studied to not only stop the transcription of viruses, but it really like destroys them. So eugenol is one of those, it's a molecule that they use at the dentist. It's chlorhexidine. Chlorhexidine is synthetic eugenol. And that's what they use to like polish your teeth when you're done at the dentist. It prevents plaque buildup. So clove does that also, but from a viral standpoint, clove is really powerful that way. And I remember this was like years, like 2014, I like had a sore throat. So I grabbed the clove and the little plastic piece that like is over the top.
Yeah.
So that was removed. Like I removed it for some reason. And so I just opened the bottle and went like this, and like almost the entire bottle like went in my mouth.
Yeah. So your throat was burning.
Yeah. But I just like, instead of spitting it out, I just swallowed it. And like, it was terrible, but I felt amazing the next day.
Yeah. So like how we're recommending to use these, like, especially with viruses, that actually brings up a really good point, is like, you want to ingest them internally, obviously. And so like getting a vegetable, like an empty veggie cap, and just pouring those in there. That way, like, of course, the ones that work so good are always like the most disgusting tasting, right? Like it's I mean, mentally, I just tell myself the nastier it is, the better it has to be for my body. But like ingesting clove oil or ingesting Melissa oil, they're both a little strong. So especially if you're working with kids, putting them in an empty veggie cap, like 3 to 4 drops every couple hours, it's just a really good protocol. You won't taste it. And it's just an easy way to get them in your body. So
yeah. Kava is terrible.
Oh, kava. Yeah. It's one of my favorites though. So it's a love-hate relationship. Yeah.
The last two, Arbor Vitae it's one of my favorite aromas in the oil world. It's the giant Western red cedar. So it comes from northwestern British Columbia. And these trees are like 100 feet tall when they fall and die and are like laying on the floor of the forest. They never rot. So like I don't know what the politically correct saying is, like the native Canadians or like the Indians back in the day up in Canada, they would make everything out of these arborvitae trees, like their canoes, their dwellings, like everything was made out of the arborvitae tree because the wood never rots. The reason why the wood never rots is because the oil in the wood prevents it, like repels every insect, every fungus, everything, and makes this wood like very, very strong and durable throughout the years using it in like for timber, lumber, building things. But the molecule that is in arborvitae from a viral perspective is they're called thujones. And these thujones, again, just like clove, just like Melissa, block the transcription and replication of most viruses. So arborvitae, like the first time I used arborvitae was at convention, and I put it on like in the convention hall and then walked out, and then the wind hit. So then you start smelling it. And I was like, what are they building? Like somebody's cutting wood.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, it's arborvitae. It's like what I'm wearing. So
I
it has
always
like this really sexy smell to it.
I always know if you or Seth are around, because both of you guys use that as like your cologne, aftershave. Like it just smells so good. And then it's like so powerful for your health. That's like one of the things I love about like natural healthcare is you can be using these things for your health, but they're also going to have like secondary and tertiary benefits. Like you don't need to use toxic perfumes that disrupt your endocrine system. You can use oils. And then while you're putting arborvitae on for your cologne, you're putting like a natural antiviral, antimicrobial on your body. So it's like, it's a 2-for-1, which is like totally a win-win. And I love that about oils. So yeah.
Yeah. And like a side effect of using arborvitae for like your cologne or perfume is that these thujones stimulate GABA receptors also.
Right.
So GABA is a like one of the most calming neurotransmitters. So like you get this incredibly calm, grounding feeling from using the oil as well. And obviously like it's a tree oil. So it's from trees. They have roots, they're grounded.
Right.
So of course the oil does that also.
Yep. Gotta love grounding.
It's cool to like understand the science and the physiology behind like why that is, you know?
Yeah, I think it's cool too, because I feel like even just innately people understand, especially when you start playing with the oils, like your body just innately like gravitates towards certain oils, and you just know that they're helping your body heal. That's what's so cool about seeing kids use oils, is like they don't have any preconceived notions. They're not like, oh, these are snake oils or whatever. They just like know, you know, like when Mila wasn't feeling good the other night when she had her ear thing from flying, it was like, need to get adjusted, need to get my oils on my ear, and I need to rest. It's like, that's so cool seeing like the natural understanding of healthcare, even in little ones. So
yeah, there's no layers to break through.
Right. Yeah. Which is why that's where it's at, is teaching little ones what it means to truly be healthy and well. And I know that's something we work on every day in our house, in our practice, and just teaching people the right way to think, to not be like scared or be in fear when it comes to health, because like everybody's going to get sick. And that's why we have an immune system, is to fight things off and to create a blueprint for the next time around. So I think that's the really cool thing about all the things we're talking about today, is they're all supportive of your immune system. They're not going to trick your body. They're all there to help and never create like side effects or shut something off, because that's really never going to truly get you health, right? So
yeah, and that's like speaking of the immune system, when we're exposed to a virus versus like, let's just talk COVID, for example, like most people, like healthy people who recover well, it takes them about 2 weeks.
Right.
But so like when we got COVID, we recovered in a couple days.
Right.
We still our immune system still created the antibodies. So now we're like immune to it, but we use these other products to help support the immune system to recover faster. So it's not like you said, you're not tricking your body. You're still building the antibody, like you're still creating the antibodies against that virus, but you're getting over it much quicker because you're supporting, you're using natural things that speed up the process.
Yeah. And that's what we always say. Like people are like, oh, I can't believe you guys don't ever do medicine. And it's just like, we've really never been in a position. It's not that we're anti-medicine. Like there's a time and a place. I know you guys feel the same way. It's just, we have done such a great job of preparing our bodies for that fight when it happens that it's never gotten to that point that we need to call in, 911 or go to the emergency room or anything like that, because we've done the due diligence, we've done the work, we've put the time in, and our bodies know exactly what to do. So
yeah, like all 2019 when I had VTAC, like thank God for medicine and
yeah, totally,
and ablations.
yeah, you weren't going to adjust that away or take a kava herb or anything like that. Those are going to help, but it's not going
to they probably saved my life from not dying from 60 VTAC.
Yeah. So let's talk herbs, because there are also a lot of other products. And again, this isn't meant to be like a 2-hour long conversation, but when it comes to herbs for viruses specifically, there are 2 really potent herbs. And when we say herbs, we mean liquid herbs, because when you take like a supplement, it typically takes about 10 to 14 days for it to go systemic in your body. Whereas that's one of the main reasons why I know we both love oils, is oils work really fast. It's what on average, like 2 to 5 minutes total for it to go completely systemic. Same with liquid herbs. There's such a strong potency that as soon as you ingest them, like it's going to work, which is why herbs and oils are always our first line of defense. And then we supplement, literally pun intended, with supplements and vitamins. So the 2 liquid herbs that we really, really like for viruses, all things antiviral support, is actually St. John's wort and California poppy. Now with St. John's wort, most people, when you hear that, they immediately think more like antidepressant, that type of stuff, which is funny because a lot of the same properties that we see in St. John's wort are the same properties that we see in Melissa oil, which is what I love about herbs and oils, because they all stimulate and have a lot of the same cofactors and scientific background to do the same thing. And that's why it's like one is not right versus the other. It's just, we're a huge fan of the word we keep teaching patients is polymodalities, like oils, herbs, supplements, chiropractic care, sauna therapy. Like, why the heck would you not throw everything you have at it so that you can recover in 2-3 days versus 2-3 weeks, right? So St. John's wort, yes, is really beneficial for like mental stability, like emotions, things like that, which is fantastic. Again, 2 for 1. But St. John's wort also contains something called hypericum. And what that does is the same thing that we were talking about with Melissa oil, is it stops the replication of viruses and it stops the virus from continuing to wreak havoc in your body. So this would be a really great natural alternative to like a horse dewormer that people are doing. Which again, people are like, why are you so anti that? I'm not anti it, you do you. But what I don't like is it's still like a hack to the body, right? So again, I know you feel this way, I feel this way, Dr. Seth feels this way. It's how can we support the body to do what it's meant to do versus taking a hack, right? So St. John's wort in a liquid herb form is going to help get rid of the virus. It's going to help your body from reproducing and allowing the virus to wreak havoc. So everybody cool with that?
Yeah, we're really cool with that. But like the synergy also between between like you were saying about oils and liquid herbs, and then we'll supplement with supplements if it's required. But a lot of these molecules from herbs and these molecules from essential oils, they support the same system and the same I mean, same but different, but they work on different metabolic pathways.
Exactly.
So you're getting synergy by using multiple different, like you said, polymodalities, like many different things. You're supporting multiple different biological pathways in the body, which gives you synergy, which means you heal even faster.
Yeah. And I forgot, Dr. Seth, thank you for pointing out acupuncture. That's actually been a thing that I have, not recently, but over the last few months, like added into my regimen, just talking about like polymodalities. Like it's just crazy. Like talk about a different pathway that you're stimulating. We are so thankful that we have an acupuncturist that we work with now that is so like-minded, and it is insane what like adding different components, like you're saying, working in synergy together, like how I've just even been able to see like in my own body, all of these crazy things change even with just adding one additional thing into my regimen, right?
Mhm.
So yeah. Anything else to say about St. John's wort? It actually doesn't taste too bad, so that's a plus.
Yeah, it's not one of the worst ones for sure.
No. The other liquid herb that we like for pretty much all things, but specifically like antiviral, is California poppy. I know you take California poppy. I know your wife takes California. Like pretty much everybody should take California poppy because it's an herb that allows your body to down regulate your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is what we all live in, that fight or flight, like 24/7. Kids are overstimulated, we're overstimulated, iPads, computer time, work, agendas, you name it. Like our sympathetic nervous system is just on overdrive. And if you leave your sympathetics on overdrive for a long period of time, eventually it's going to wreak some serious havoc in your body. Ask any type A personality how that goes. And so California poppy has been a game changer. Also kava, like we talked about earlier, which is disgusting. They both really work in harmony together. But besides it just de-stressing your body and turning down your sympathetics, it's also a really powerful antiviral because of the same healing properties. If you turn down your sympathetics and actually allow your body to get out of that fight or flight state, that's truly when your parasympathetics can kick in and your body can truly heal and repair, right? Which is also why we love kava. Kava stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. California poppy brings down your sympathetics. And so it puts you in a perfect homeostatic level for your body in optimal healing, repair, digestive health, viral health, bacterial, you name it. California poppy is fantastic. So
yeah, one of the things that is important to understand is like, as we go higher in fight or flight,
yes,
our immune system down regulates.
Yep.
So when we bring that down, increase the parasympathetics, down regulate the sympathetic, now our immune system up regulates and it's more effective. So
exactly.
This has nothing to do with like the immune system, but like with this new Rottweiler puppy, like he's up like 3 times a night, and usually like if I wake up in the middle of the night, like I cannot fall back asleep. This last like week, when I wake up to let him out to go to the bathroom, before I go back into bed, I take a shot of the poppy, and I'm like, I go right back to sleep. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Poppy is a game changer, especially for people that like can't sleep, like you're saying, or they can't like shut their brain off. Poppy is so great. And then anytime we're sick or feeling ran down, I hate using the word sick, by the way, anytime we are expressing symptoms, it's just one thing that we like add into our regimen because we need to down regulate that fight or flight so we can get into that healing zone and sleep, right? So Dr. Seth says St. John's wort is also great at holding in those feel-good neurotransmitters, like that high of it. So again, same thing, like Melissa oil. It's a really great oil for that type of stuff with neurotransmitter production and keeping it stabilized. St. John's wort. So again, now you've got an essential oil and an herb. There are also some supplements that work really well for that too. So again, polymodality, making sure you've got everything in your tool bag so that you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and the beauty of this is like you can achieve these results like immediately.
Yes.
Like instantaneously after you start using these things, like you're experiencing what they do. So it's not like there's not a waiting period or a build up time to have the experience. Like you get it right now. So it's amazing.
Yeah. And even in little ones, like I had one of our patients, I think he's like 4 or 5 months. Time goes by so fast, it's ridiculous. But mom called me, it was like a Sunday, and she's like, I don't know, this isn't great. Like send me a video, and I'm like, it's RSV for sure. Like, everything in your brain. And I'm like, all right, I'll meet you over there in an hour. We started doing some oils. We started getting some liquid herbs in mom because he was still breastfeeding. And literally 24 hours later, it was like a noticeable difference. There was a lot of other things that we do because again, this is just a few things for viruses. But again, like you said, it works fast. There's no limitation to how old you are, how young you are. Like these things work, and they work every single time without side effects. And so that's what I love. It's again, supporting the body. So
beautiful.
Cool. All right, guys, this isn't everything for all things antiviral, but these will get you started. And then again, always ask us if you have any questions. We will see you now moving forward on Wednesdays around lunchtime. The details are still to come, but we look forward to chatting with you guys and teaching you all things health and wellness. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and enjoy the football games.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.